Okay, good evening, Miss Aliana. Okay, first of all, I would like to thank you for your willingness to be in this interview session. So, my name is Krisame Adriano, and my purpose in conducting this interview session is to discuss about the mental health awareness, which is for my oral English assignment. Okay, before we started, can you introduce yourself first?
Okay, thank you, Miss Krisame Adriano, for having me for interview today. My name is Eliana Binti Ajalim. I am a landscape architecture student, and I would like to share my opinion in every question that you might ask me today.
Okay, thank you for your introduction. Okay, so for the first question, I would like to ask, why do we have to take this mental health as a serious problem?
Okay, so for me, why we should take mental health problem and mental health as a serious problem, because it can increase the risk of long-lasting disease such as diabetes, heart disease, and the serious scenario is like they might hurting themselves, and also they can take their own life. So that's why I think we should take mental health as a serious problem.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we move to the next question. Okay, in your opinion, what is the symptom about the mental health that you know?
In my opinion, symptoms of mental health includes feeling sad or down, confusing thinking, extreme feelings, and also the because I faced this situation once, so I think it's like low self-esteem myself in society. So I think that's all.
Okay, we move to the third question. What is your opinion about the mental health issue?
So in my opinion, we should taking mental health more serious, and we should be alert about these issues, because it's a major problem in our society nowadays. Because maybe even our closest friends or our closest relative, our family might face this situation, but they keep themselves quiet.
Okay, for the fourth question, what does the mental health mean to you as a mental practitioner?
So for me, mental health is something that related not only to our mental, but also to mental health and our physical health are related, because sometimes our mental health can affects our physical health too. So I think.
Okay, to move to the next question. In your opinion, what causes the mental health problems?
For me, mental health problems started from a constant stress from work or school, especially for heavy worker like teachers, like architects, like doctors, and also for students, yeah, like university students or higher level education students, and also like childhood traumas, stressful events of losing a loved one, and maybe from sexual abuse and bullies from their surroundings, and so on.
Okay, question number 6. Do you think how we can prevent the mental health problems?
We can prevent mental health problems firstly by opening up about the situation to our family members, our closest friends, or a counselor. But it have to be someone that we trust, and we can put our like heart into, because sometimes even our family members and friends, they can betray you, they can tell about your problems to other people. So I think it's someone that you should like really trust.
Okay, thank you. Okay, question number 7. Does the mental health affect the relationship between you and your family members?
Yes, absolutely, because mental health absolutely has made our relationship with family members a problem. Like this is because people tend to be quiet or unsocialize themselves when having a mental health problem. So sometimes family members, they don't understand our mental health, so it can cause misunderstood. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, question number 8. How does the pandemic impact our mental health and especially your mental health?
The pandemic has been the biggest causes of mental health problem. This is because people have been in quarantine for a long time with no outside activity. They don't have any access to outside physical touch with their family members, and also some people they lost their income. So I think pandemic is really giving a big impact to mental health our society.
How about the relationship between your family? Does the pandemic impact that?
For me, it gave a good impact actually, because I can spend more times with them before pandemic started.
Okay, thank you. Okay, question number 9. How do you deal with someone who's telling us you what to do, and how do you react with that situation?
For me, I would listen to their problems and recommend them to a counselor, since I'm not a good advisor, so I can be a good listener. So I think we all should be to be a listener to their problems. If we can give them a good professional advice.
Okay, last but not least, who will you seek if you had mental health problems?
Because I have faced this once on my last semester, so I asked my family members, like my mother, because my mother is someone that I can trust, and she's the only one that I think can keep my problem. So every time I have my problems, I will seek for her advice.
Okay, can you make a conclusion about this mental health? Maybe just a simple conclusion.
Okay, so for me, mental health actually really affect your daily life, and also not only your routine, but also your relationship with your loved ones, with your family, with your friends. So a stable mental health actually should be should have in our society. So as a person, we should listen to them to their problems, because sometimes people tend to keep their problems to themselves. So that's all from me lah.
Okay, that's all from me too. Okay, thank you, Ale. Thank you for your time and for your cooperation in this interview session.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Okay.
Okay, today we invite our guests. So, good morning. So, thank you for your participation in this interview. So, before that, I'm going to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Nofarhana binti Abdul Razak, and I currently study in University Malaysia Sabah. And can you introduce and greeting yourself?
Thank you, Farhana, to giving this opportunity to me. My name is Monisha Hazubramaniam. I'm from MSU Shah Alam. Currently, I'm doing my bachelor degree in Human Capital Management.
Okay, great. Before we start, I'm going to tell you about our topics is mental health awareness. So I'm going to ask you a few questions Can you make a time?
Yeah, can.
Okay, great. So the first question is, why do we have to take this mental problem as a serious problem?
It's a good question. Mental health is our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It has an impact on how we think, we feel, and we act in our daily life. For example, mental health it can heavily affect our physical health by having a mental disorder such as a stroke, heart disease, and many more. Safe to say that mental health is just as important as physical health too.
Yeah, that's great. So the next is, what is the symptom that you know about mental health?
Personally, I'm sure about that. Everyone will thought the mental health. So the symptom that the symptom of the mental health we couldn't see and thought there are changes in mood, anxiety, eating disorder, and more importantly, if someone know the experience of epic, the thought, the pattern, and unexplained the changes in mood, the lack of interest and lack of empathy and ability to tell the difference between reality and fantasy.
Oh, I see. So the next is, what is your opinion about mental health issues?
Mm, in my opinion about the mental health, when someone suffers, for example, the mental health requires the balance between emotional, psychological, spiritual, physical, and social aspect. The mental illness can experienced by anyone regardless of their society, age, environment, and status. Thank you.
Oh, I see. So that's great. The next is, what cause you a mental health problems?
Mm, Farhana, there is a beginner cause of mental health problems. So some of our most straightforward when what we are think to namely child abuse, social isolation and disadvantage as a poverty and debit domestic, but there is not a mental disorder come from your life experience. Many mental disorder trend and run in a family struggling, such as a research having understood by bipolar disorder, major depression, are examples such a conditions.
Yeah, I see. That's a really great point of view. So the next is, how can you prevent mental health problems?
I think it's a good idea if you are taking steps to control because there is a no sure way to prevent a mental illness. Okay, there the first thing that you can do and is you can tell someone about your mental health, and second one is you can ask them for help. After that, that you can stay active to boost your well-being. In addition, also there is a no other aspect ensuring you to having a balanced diet will benefit your physical health as well as you improving your mental health too.
Oh, that's great. This is great advice. So the next is, does mental health affect your relationship between your family members?
Yes, because the interaction between family members can affect someone if they are not able to communicate with themselves. So communication is the role of related to solving problems and supporting each others. In addition, the step is fix identifying the problems form, the solution and support needed. And thank you for asking this question.
Okay, that is really good, interesting information. You tell me about the step how to prevent it between your family members. So the next is, how does pandemic impact your mental health?
Okay. in my point of view, during pandemic, we are experiencing the stress, anxiety, and loneliness that will be lead us a mental health problem. So all of this happened because during the pandemic we couldn't go anywhere, even we are going work or school, and a lot of people lost their jobs. It will affect our mental health.
Yeah, I see. So, last but not least, how do you deal with someone who telling you what to do, and how should you react?
Okay, it totally depends on who it's telling to you, including my family too. It can help the people who can carry about me understand what we are going on and learn how they can help you. So that will be try and learn about the mental illness, such as providing me with information or recommend me such as activities, books, and website, and etc. etc.
Okay, that is a great recommended that you tell me about it. So, the last question is, who could you see help if you have a mental health problems?
So I believe the most of those things help me feel better. There's a lot of options for support out there. So if you're having a mental health problem, the person that I define and share my problem is my mom. So sometimes you can talk with someone you can trust about how you're feeling, so that you couldn't give a recommend and support with the love.
Oh, I see. So yeah, we end our interview. So to conclude that, yeah, I agree in your opinion and in your point of view. So do you have any addition to add?
Nothing, Fahana.
Okay.
Thanks for giving this opportunity to me.
Okay, that's great. So we end our interview today, and thank you for your participation, and thank you for your time and your energy in this interview. And I hope to see you again soon. So yeah, it's great and nice to meet you.
Proceed. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Wanurayani Betua Ibrahim. I am currently taking international relation. My metric number BA 21110059, and this is my friend. Can you introduce yourself? Hi, I'm Nur Masyarakat Muhammad. I live in Marjan, Kelantan, and I'm from UiTM Permatan Kaum Pulau Pinang. Thank you for inviting me for this interview. Okay, the first of all, my questions, why do we have to take this mental health as a serious problem? In my opinion, we need to take this mental health as a serious problem because mental health is important at every single stage of our life, from our childhood and also adolescence throughout the adulthood. Second question, what is the symptom of mental health that you know, right? Is that such as feeling sad or down, confused thinking, or reduced ability to concentrate, and also low energy or problem sleeping? Next, I would like to ask you, what are your opinion about mental health issues? For my opinion, mental health is the way your thoughts, feelings, and also the behaviors affect your life. A good mental health leads to positive self-image, and yes, it is because the interaction between our family members can affect someone if they are not able to communicate with themselves. Communication is the role related to solving problems and supporting each other for resolving problems. addition, a sensitive or caring attitude among our family members is also a very much needed. And to be a good listener, identify the problems, also from the solutions, and support is totally needed. That information was really great and helpful for me. Next, what does the pandemic impact our mental health? Can you give your point of your opinion, your experience? In my point of view, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we may experience stress, anxiety, fear, and loneliness that will lead us to mental health problems. All of this happened because during the pandemic we could not go anywhere, even going to work or school, and a lot of people lost their jobs. For the second last question, how do you deal with someone telling what to do? How should you react? It totally depends on who is telling you what to do. If my doctor or therapist is about improving my coping skills, I will try to learn about my mental illness. They can provide me with information or recommend activities, books or websites, including my family too. But this can help the people who care about me understand what you are going through and learn how they can help you. Okay, thanks for the info. It's really useful for me and the other members later on. Okay, next. Lastly, who would you seek help if you have a mental health problem? I believe that most of the people who seek help feel better. There are a lot of options for support out there, although you might find someone suitable for you or more easily available. So, if I have a mental health problem, the person that I find to share my problem with is my mom. And sometimes it can help you to talk to someone, but you trust about how you are feeling, so that they could give encouragement and support.
Hello everyone and good evening. My name is Muaz bin Fazrul Wahid, BI 211-60465. Okay, today I'm gonna conduct an interview session regarding the issue mental health awareness. Okay, with me, the wonderful miss that I invited for this interview. Okay, first of all, please introduce yourself.
Okay, hi, good evening. Okay, my name is Nur Hazira binti Muhammad Hazir. I graduated student in Bachelor of Science, Architectural Studies from IIUM. Okay, and currently working in JPS.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's begin our first question. Okay, for the first question, why do we have to take this mental health as a serious problem?
Because it can cause death if it's unmanageable.
Okay, interesting. Okay, for the second question, what is the symptom of mental health?
When someone feels all alone and they have no one they trust to talk to.
Interesting. Okay. For the third question, what is your opinion about mental health issues?
Okay, this issue is actually can be cured if they love themselves enough to fight for it. We can force anyone, but if they love themselves, they can go through it.
Like you said, we have to do it for ourselves. We have to encourage ourselves, right?
Yes, we have to love ourselves first.
Okay, well said. Okay, for the fourth question, what does mental health awareness means to you as a mental practitioner?
Okay, it does help someone when they go through a hard time. By practicing a good attitude, it can help spread the positivity and good vibe to others also.
So you mean that we have to improve ourselves first to help others, right?
Yes, human needs meet and helps each other.
Okay, we'll see. For the next question, what causes mental health problem?
It's actually when someone have problem and they decide to keep it to themselves and have no one to talk to.
Also, when we keep to ourselves, it can cause really harm to our mental health.
Yes, because we human being, we need to have fun, to tell others about our problem. Then it will less the possibility to get the
Mental health.
issues.
Okay. Okay. For the sixth question, how can we prevent mental health problems?
By stop worrying about the things that out of our control and start constantly talk to someone we trust. Not because they can solve our problem, but it can help lessen our burden that way.
Oh, like you said earlier, we as a human being need each other to help us.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. For the seventh question, does mental health affect the relationship between your family members?
Yes, it does. It does burden others too.
Interesting. Okay. Next, how does pandemic affect our mental health?
Okay, it actually depends on people and their situation. But for me, when I was a student, the unexpected changes really bother me. But as a time goes, it's actually a good things happen. There's really a good things I learned along the way.
Oh, so you say that we need to keep positive even at the bad time.
Yes, because the positive minds keep our health good.
Okay. Finally, to sum up everything that has been stated so far, we always have to keep positive, act positive, think positive to keep our mental health in check. If something bad happen to us, don't keep to ourselves, but rely on others. And don't be shy, don't be afraid, because there will be always someone who you can rely on, such as your father, your mother, maybe your close friend, maybe your siblings. And if it getting worse, you can always seek for professional, because they sometimes have advices for us, something we can do like that. That's all from me, Muaz bin Fazul Wahid, and thank you, Miss Hazira, for being so cooperative and give your time a little for this interview. I
Thank
hope
you.
we can meet again,
Of course.
and I wish the best luck for you in the future.
Inshallah, thank you.
Okay, that's all from us. Thank you and bye.